Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I am Nuriyani majoring in Informatics entering regular morning class. Of the microprocessor, the hardware revolution that brought about desktop and handheld computing was the invention of the microprocessor. Evolution of the microprocessor, the hardware revolution that brought about desktop and handheld computing was the invention of the microprocessor. Processor on a single chip, though originally much slower than multi-chip processor. Microprocessors have continually evolved to the point that they are now much faster for mass computations due to the physics involved in moving information around in sub-nanosecond time frames. Have two or four cores, each with two hardware theories, for a total of 4 or 8 logical processors. Not only have microprocessors become the fastest general purpose processors available, they are now multiprocessors. A chip called a socket contains multiple processors called cores, each with multiple levels of larger memory chess, and multiple logical processors sharing the execution units of each core. As of 2010, it is not unusual for even a laptop to have 2 or 4 cores, each with 2 hardware threads, for a total of 4 or 9 logical processors. Although processors provide very good performance for most forms of computing, there is increasing demand for numerical computation. Graphical processing units, there increasing demand of numerical. Although processors provide very good performance for most forms of computing, there is increasing demand for numerical computation. Graphical processing units (GPUs) provide efficient computation on arrays of data using single instruction, multiple data SIMD techniques pioneered in supercomputers. Into the processor architecture of the x86 and AMD 64 families. GPUs are no longer used just for rendering advanced graphics, but they are also used for general numerical processing, such as physics simulation for games or computation on large spreadsheets. Simultaneously, the GPUs themselves are gaining the capability of operating on arrays of data with increasingly powerful vector units integrated into the processor architecture of the X. Processor and GPUs are not the end of the computational story for the modern PC. Digital signal processors (DSPs) are also present for dealing with streaming signals such as audio or video. DSPs used to be embedded in one DSPs are also present. DSPs used to be embedded in EODPs, like modems, but they are now becoming first-class computational DPs, especially in handhelds. Other special computational DPs, fixed function units, so exist with the CPU to support other standard computations, such as encoding, decoding, speech and video codes, or providing support for encryption. and security. To satisfy the requirements of handle device, the classic microprocessor is giving way to the system on a chip chassis where not just the GPUs and chassis are on the same chip, but also many of the other components of the system, such as DSPs, GPUs, I/O devices, such as radios and codecs, and main memory. Thanks for your attention to watch this video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.